The board today, it is a looker. It is a looker. This is by Typeface. They've made a lot of beautiful keyboards over the last few years, but they're calling it a dialogue of materials. It's a 65% Hall effect board. It is very pretty. It's affordable, decently affordable too. We'll get to the price here in a second as well, but it is nice. Hall effect precision, engineered for feel and sound, no assembly required because they are selling this fully assembled. I do believe there's going to be options for bare bones, if memory serves. I think that's what I read. But it's going to have a whole bunch of awesome stuff here. Hall effect switches, Hall effect PCB. So very, very, very pretty. Kafka on the back. It would be nice. I'm not sure if they're going to offer this, but it would be nice for a non-pre-assembled unit as well. And maybe you can just build it up yourself. But here are some of the stats of the boards. It's going to have a 8 kilohertz PCB, up to 14 kilohertz there. And then it's going to have a 0.16 millisecond PCB latency. Here's the width. It doesn't really matter too much because it is a 65% board. And then we have 3.5 pounds fully built. And then the front height is going to be the effective front height. This is in the range of something I like, which is 22.4. So again, effective is different from just regular schmegular standard front height stuff measurements. It's going to come with double shot ABS keycaps, which is impressive. It's also going to come in walnut or maple. I don't know which one we got today. I think we got walnut. And I'm just going to go with this price point, the $279, because this is the early bird or founder price. I mean, you can look at the $230 price point, but it is going to be about $280. So any other day of the week, I guess, when you're not buying this in the founder price points, which is the first 500 units, $280. At the $280 price point, I'd say this is pretty fair considering the cost of some of the more custom Hall effect stuff I've seen recently. I'd say this is in line, if not maybe a smidge cheaper. $230 though is fantastic. At $230, I am very, very happy with this price point. The Venom 65 Hall effect PCB is what's going to be used. You get a Venom with this, which is fantastic. Can't be upset with a GEON PCB. Dude, I will admit, yeah, the webpage in this is beautiful. They did a really great job on the webpage. It's very, very it's like very like professional, very striking. I like it. They did a really good job. Then they got vendors here, which Unikeys is going to be one of the vendors. Divinity, I wish this was just a list, I'll be honest with you guys. Prototypist, Monaco Keys, Eloquent Clicks, and then a whole bunch of other vendors over here, which we can go through, but I'm hoping there's going to be an option. I did read somewhere that there might be an option for a bare bones kit, which they really should. They should make an option for a bare bones kit. But I don't know if there will be a bare bones kit. I don't know for sure. And there's some of the colors. Warm gray, black, and silver. I hope we got warm gray today. Warm gray looks gorgeous. Let's take a look. We'll do the keyboard first here. By the way, they did send this over. I'm not sure if we can keep it. It's going to be a sponsored review regardless. Doesn't stop me from being honest here, as you guys all know. What do you guys think? Yeah, she's definitely pretty. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of a bit of a reverse Encore. That is pretty. That is very, very pretty. I would say my only concern lies, it is real wood. My only concern lies with this. If this warps or does anything funky, my concern would be that this will not hold the PCB as nicely, because this does make up the mounting points on the front. It does make up a lot of stuff over here, like that would be crucial to get the PCB and plate to kind of sit properly. And you can slightly even see, actually, from certain angles, there is some places where the wood's not sitting. Yeah, right there. Right there. See this over here? You can see all my fingers going through it. Again, I think this is just going to be part of the sacrifice you're going to need when you're using something like this for a big wood piece over here and not just like an aesthetic accent, because like the Encore actually just used it as more of an accent piece. It wasn't actually integral to the design at all. This is going to be exactly a compromise. This is going to be a crucial piece to get the board working. If it was sealed, would it still warp? It's possible. It's possible. Is there any way to keep it from warping? I don't know all the right terms for this. But there are ways that you can harden wood or stabilize. Stabilize is the right word. Gingy has it. If this is stabilized wood, which I am not sure if it is, stabilized wood is a lot tougher to warp. To this day, there's been like 1.5 companies that have done wood keyboards correctly, in my humble opinion. I've only had that, remember that O-ring wood board that we did with the cool like resin that we did? The good wood board, I believe it was called. That board did it very well. To this day, that board has not warped or anything. The other board that I feel like still has in my collection has not warped at all is the KBD Fans one. Believe it or not, the KBD Fans one is held up. I would personally say I've been pretty impressed with those two. We'll take this. I'll get that information afterwards, see how the process for this wood was. I mean, I'll be honest, this kind of went through some transit, like it went through some different weather conditions. And it looks fine to me right now, so that looks great. Honestly, this looks so good. I love this color. I guess this is that gray color. I love this typeface, man. Funny, ironic that I'm saying that, but I love the Kafka typeface here. That is like very beautiful, very professional. I like that a lot. Got a slight curve on the back here, which kind of reminisces of the curves on the front. Really like that. And then we have a secondary piece here on the bottom, which is our weight, I believe. And then we have some small feet. I'm interested to see how the adhesive feet will be on the wood here. Here's a side angle of the board. Might be a little bit easier to view from this angle. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. There's the engraving on the weight. It's very simple. Like the whole board just is very simple. It's very lovely. Here's the side profile once more. Dude, I really like this. And then you can see on the front, it does have that little bit of a curve over here, which you can see, I don't think it's a perfectly centered curve. I think it's actually a little bit more designated to this side. I don't know if it's perfectly centered actually, but it does give you some sort of curve, some ergonomic curve here to type. Now we can look at some of the other stuff. Of course, we're going to get a GEON PCB. Today we are going to be using the 6.25U PCB. I don't know if there's going to be an option for a 7U directly on their website. Would assume that you could probably pick one up down the road. I hope they give us options to purchase, but that would be nice. That would be very, very nice if we got some options there. I guess we can see on the plate if it's going to be 7U compatible. I mean, it looks like it's 7U compatible on the plate. So you could probably pick up a 7U for this. There's the plate. It does have some very basic tabs over here for the plate as well. So we're not going to get like leaf springs or anything, just some very basic gasket mounts, but they're well placed. Can't get upset at that. There's an aluminum plate as well. Again, we're going to need some stability for this since it's HE, so I wouldn't expect any other plate materials, maybe something like FR4. Just a cable, and then we need to use gaskets here with another screw or something. There's our daughter board. But there we go. Here's our PCB. We've built with the Venom many times now. The Venom's a solid PCB. Is there a projected price for this? There's an early bird price and a regular price. The regular price is about $279, and they're stating the early bird price is going to be roughly $230. So let's screw this in first as well. Let's get the 2 screws for this. This is going to be, well, not that I'm the biggest fan of this. This has a Molex connector. I'm going to say this just because, like, you know, this is the Fly daughter board. This is common with this particular daughter board. I am happy because this is a universal daughter board. If this ends up breaking, these are relatively easy to replace. However, this connector over here, they're technically not rated for a lot of uses. So if you're someone who likes to tinker with your board, or you haven't found out what switch you like yet, and you tend to like take things out a lot, even look at that, they just fall off. I don't really like these. I just prefer regular standard JST connectors that pop in. And it isn't so much that the connection has worn out for me ever. You know what's worn out for me to criticize is the plastic around the housing. The plastic has expanded or broken on a lot of my units. And this is not like a test unit. These are production PCB daughter boards. If you take this out enough, the plastic will, you know, eventually rub away or disintegrate. And again, it's not the connection point that's failed for me. It is literally the plastic housing, because it just clips in, as you guys can see, that has failed and stopped allowing this to clip in properly. But the idea behind this is if you're rough with your keyboards or you accidentally open this, it'll just yoink out and not damage anything. The irony is you probably will damage the plastic housing eventually. But yes, my criticism here would be to not use this particular daughter board. but it seems like this is part of the design. I thought they offered the fly daughter board and a regular JST connector. You know, I don't even see the use case for this here because realistically, like this could have just been either flipped upside down. Not that you guys can see right now, but let me show you. This could have been installed, you know, they could have raised the posts a little bit and installed it like this. But this does install this way, which is fine. And that's why they need the more flush Molex connector, so it has some room underneath. But I feel like this could have been using a different connector, just for longevity's sake. There is threaded inserts. Very nice. Very nice. Threaded inserts are indeed there. And it does look like it aligns with two little pins that are present on the aluminum part of the keyboard, which is actually pretty smart. That's actually pretty smart. I don't know. It doesn't look like the wood has any coatings. Does it look like to you guys? It doesn't even really look like... I guess this is the walnut, right? It looks a little faded. I'm not an expert on this subject, though. But you know what? I kind of like the look of it, oddly enough. Like, it's not super saturated. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what it has on it. Yeah, it has more of a natural look to it for sure. I think the best way to go about this is to just... I'm guessing just push it in. Okay, we gotta slide it in like that. And then put it in this way here. Little awkward since this is falling down a little bit here, but not the worst. Yeah, the gasket build's a little awkward to assemble. Okay, we got it in now. Okay, then we can screw this back in. Oh, the middle top gasket did slide a little bit. Okay, let's fix that. You are correct on that. Not my favorite assembly steps for this. This will probably be a million times easier if we use the O-ring. Well, we're going to use with the keycaps it came with, guys. I kind of want to do this in the most stock experience possible. These are ABS keycaps. I don't know what brand these are. All right, I do like it. The board looks fantastic. So this would be a $230 price point for the Founders version of the board. It does even fit with the thicker cable, plugs in, turns on just nicely here. All right, let's see how this sounds. And this is the gasket configuration. We'll try again with the O-ring. So we're using GEON Raw switches, or Neostabs, clip-ins, gasket. Ooh, honestly, not bad at all. I do like these switches a lot. Like I said, I ended up going with these on even a personal Hall effect board. Dude, these mods are fantastic. I do need to tune the stabs a little bit better, but for now this is... I'm impressed with this. Let me just tune the stabs a little bit more here. I'm impressed. I could actually be seeing myself using this. In my opinion, pretty damn good. Genuinely super duper impressed. There will be an MX version apparently. I don't have any data on like the PCB for that, if it's gonna be hot swap or solder, plate options, but according to what Typeface said, I think it was in their Discord or something, there most likely will be an MX version available or a bare bones version of this. So I wonder how this is actually gonna work. So the O-ring, I'm a little concerned. If the O-ring doesn't sit properly, will these just vibrate in their spot here? Let's see. Let's see how this all works with the O-ring now. I can already tell you the O-ring fits this board a lot better. I'm seeing less of a gap on the wood. Do you guys see that? It looks like when we got it and installed it. Oh yeah, way better in terms of installation. No gaps on the side either, just the standard ones we saw at the beginning. I'm even noticing this is a bit brighter. Mods are still great.
Jaw just dropped. Doesn't even sound like E minus the switch ping.
It does sound more airy. I'm noticing a slight overall sharpness in the build using the O-ring. Like it has a bit more of a pop. I do prefer that. Less of a bassy sound. You know what's weird? I didn't mind both. I thought both sounded good. Both Gasket and O-ring. However, my trade-off with the O-rings, I didn't like how the case fit together. Very, very nice. Okay, some final thoughts on this board. Looks-wise, dude, 10 out of 10. This is, by far, I would say probably the most elegant Hall effect board I have seen so far. I will say there's been some more, I mean, even technically, even you can build a few of like the Tofu HE, you can build the Vela, you can build the Gerhern 60 as an HE board. I think this comes out as one of the more elegant ones. I would say the other boards in that kind of hemisphere of HE boards, they're a bit more simple, a bit more like toned down. If you like the wooden accent, which, you know what, maybe not everyone's gonna like the wooden accent, right? Maybe this isn't your thing. Then the other boards would probably make more sense. This sounds really nice. Some concern, I guess the next thing I like about this is I like the two mounting styles. They do have a slightly unique sound signature between the two. I did find that the gaskets were a bit more bassy overall, which I was very happy with. Very, very happy with. Super, super happy with it. Dude, this is elegant, man. I can see myself using this. I can 100% see myself using this, dude. Bye-bye. Love you all. See ya.